Hey Celebration people, thanks again for listening to a little bit of me but a lot more of you. Sadly, this is my last podcast about BYU Idaho, but it will definitely be a good one. We continue to discuss what makes BYU Idaho unique and the different aspects that you can find in good old Rexburg. On today's show, we will be talking about this generation's obsession with social media, including Yik Yak, Facebook, and Tinder. Okay, today we have Jensen on the show. Jensen, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Jensen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name's Jensen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a comm major here on campus. Yep. Love talking. Love communicating. So I guess it's the perfect major for me.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
So, obviously, social media, we are like the social media generation.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does that mean to you?
To me, social media is a platform where we can be social without being face-to-face. It's the same, as I can sit here and I can talk to you and I can tell you what I did today. I can show you pictures of what I did today. I can, give you comments on how I feel about someone. I can do all that without actually being with you on social media. And it's kind of a way to I don't know how to say this, like scrapbook it.
Yeah.
Like if I tell you right now, hey, I ate this hamburger today, look at this picture, you see it and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
But with social media, all these things that I've shared and, done with others, it's now there unless I take it away. Mm-hmm. So it's taking a level of being social, or it's taking being social to another level by kind of memorializing it, and it's there.
Yeah. So. No, that's what I think too. It's like my diary. Okay, so how do you feel about Tinder at a religious school?
I think Tinder is fine at a religious school. I just think it's when people use it to be sketchy and to be gross with it. Like, that's the only word I can think is gross. Yeah. Because Tinder to me is the same thing as, I don't know, so on Tinder...
Well, do you think it's crippling the dating pool, Tinder?
I don't know. I've heard two couples that met on Tinder, and that's how they met, and they got married.
And they lived happily ever after.
Yeah. Well, granted, they've only been married for half a year, but I don't... That's a hard one. What am I trying to say? I think it's okay. Because it's the same to me as if someone just randomly was like... That's how online dating works, though. It's like you meet, you see that you have things in common, you message, and you meet up. Mm-hmm. And to me, I don't think it's crippling the dating pool because... To me, Tinder's even more hard than regular dating. Mm-hmm. So it's like, they don't compare. Dating is this is so hard to talk about. If we're in a room and I see a guy and I'm like, oh, he's cute. You work up the courage, you go up and you talk and you do that. Mm-hmm. But Tinder, you're meeting up with someone randomly.
Yeah.
That you haven't had this interaction with. And so... I don't know. I don't think it's crippling. I just think it's bad if they use it in a nasty way.
Yeah.
The rumor is, if you want to hook up, if you want to do stuff that you're not supposed to be doing, Tinder's the way to do it. But if you're not in that mentality, if you're actually being a good person, then I think it's okay to use.
So my last question is about Yik Yak. We all know that's the new popular app that's coming up and about anonymous posts. And, so I want to know your thoughts on Yik Yak and if you think it's bringing down the spirit of Rix.
My thoughts on Yik Yak. I hate any anonymous social media. I think anonymous social media brings out evilness. That's literally the word I feel works because I think when people are anonymous, they tell their true feelings. And I'm not saying it's wrong to tell your true feelings, but it's taken to another level. It's a burn book, but online.
Ooh, I like that. A burn book but online. So I guess we could conclude that BYU Idaho definitely has its perks with social media in regards of sharing Mormon messages or school events that are going on, but it also has its downfall with threats on anonymous apps.
Yes.
Thanks again for listening to a little bit of me, but a lot more of you. I appreciate the time it took for you to listen to all my podcasts about BYU Idaho and the students that live here. I'm Courtney Longshore.